It is a special night in Detroit tonight as the Tigers and the Pirates become the stars in the Crawfords as they honor and celebrate the Negro Leagues and its players. It's an absolutely beautiful night for baseball here in the Motor City as we welcome you to downtown Detroit and more specifically Comerica Park. Getting you ready for baseball tonight, game 2 in this series featuring the Pittsburgh Pirates and the Detroit Tigers. Hi again, everyone. Welcome to Tigers Baseball. Mario and Pemba, Rod Allen. Glad to have you with us as we celebrate Negro Leagues baseball here at the ballpark tonight. We're in full regalia. He's got the Stars. I have the Crawfords. Glad to have you with us here tonight. And the Tigers, Rod, always do this every single season. I know it's great to kind of finally recognize the Negro League players and what they've done for baseball.
You know, it's hard to fathom that at some point in time the African-American players could not play Major League Baseball, but of course that's not the case any longer, and it's wonderful for the Tigers to do what they do here every single year to bring attention back to what happened years ago.
All right, now let's turn our attention to the ball game tonight. Brennan Bosch, boy, he has been red hot. I tell you what, there comes a time when you wonder, is this guy for real? Is he a fluke? I think we're kind of beyond that right now. This kid can play.
Well, you know, I've talked to some other really good players in the American League. Justin Morneau comes to mind. Paul Konerko also comes to mind. And these guys are in awe of what Brennan Bosch has been able to do. As far as rookies are concerned, he ranks first in batting average. He's also ranked first in extra base hits. He does damage to all fields, right field, center field, left field. He's not over analytical like a lot of young players are when getting to the big leagues. He hits left-handers, he hits right-handers. This young man is not afraid, and it looks like he's going to be in a Tigers uniform for some time to come. What a special young talent.
All right, that's the story from Comerica Park. Right now with more in our coverage, let's go back to the Call Sam Studios, and here's Trevor Thompson. Back here at Comerica Park on a steamy night for baseball, and we are underway. The first pitch of the ball game is a ball up high to Jose Tabata, who is leading it off for the Pirates. It'll be Tabata, then Walker, and then McCutcheon. A steamy night, as we mentioned, 87 degrees our game time temperature. There's a fly ball into shallow right field. Brennan Bosch coming in, and there is your first out of the ball game. Well, if Detroit combines for 3 or more home runs in this game, bring a copy of the box score to a participating Arby's location tomorrow. Get a free small order of curly fries. You can find a copy of the box score in your newspaper or at the Tigers page at foxsportsdetroit.com. Tigers won the opener last night, trying to make it 2 straight over a Pirates team that is really, really struggling. They come in having lost 6 consecutive games, including last night's opener. Neil Walker stands in and looks at a Bonderman fastball for a strike on the outer edge, 0-1. Walker batting .306 with 1 home run, 7 RBIs. 2 teams decked out in the old Negro Leagues uniforms tonight. Here's a foul tip off the mask of the catcher, Gerald Laird, 0-2. Walker going with a high Sox. The Pittsburgh Crawfords against the Detroit Stars, as it were, tonight. Bonderman ready with the 0-2. And he takes just off the plate outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Walker.
That's a good 0-2 pitch. You want to make it close enough to where the hitter at least thinks about swinging at it, and that helps set up this next pitch, which could be the slider down and in. Here we go.
And the 1-2 coming home. It is swung out and missed. And down goes Walker. First strikeout of the ball game for Jeremy Bonderman. Here is the starting lineup for the Pirates, brought to you by Honda Bloomfield. It features Tabata at the top, then Walker, and then McCutchen. Garrett Jones is the DH. Ryan Domit is the first baseman. Ryan Church is in right, and their bottom 3 is LaRoche, Cedeno, and Jason Jaramillo is catching and batting 9th. With 2 outs, here is Andrew McCutchen, who was batting leadoff last night. He's hitting 3rd here this evening, and what a game he had last evening. A couple of doubles and an RBI.
Now, McCutchen has done a lot of damage when John Russell, their manager, has put him in that number 3 spot from a batting average standpoint.
Breaking ball is a beauty.
Only a couple of other number 3 hitters in the National League have been better than McCutchen. That would be Andre Ethier of the Los Angeles Dodgers and Ryan Braun of the Milwaukee Brewers, a couple of really talented outfielders.
And he just missed the outside corner. That was awfully close. 1 and 2 on McCutchen. McCutchen hit the 2 doubles off Justin Verlander last night. Here's Bonderman's 1-2. Breaking ball hammered in the air to center field. Jackson is there to retire the side. 1-2-3 first inning for Jeremy Bonderman. No score. Presented by Big Boy. Austin Jackson leads it off. He's in center field, followed by Johnny Damon. Ryan Rayburn gets the start in place of Maglio again tonight. Cabrera's at first. Bosch will move to right. Guillen is at second. Inge is at third. Laird and Worth round out the lineup tonight for the Tigers. Bernstein Advantage brings you the scouting report on Paul Maholm. Get the Bernstein Advantage. We go to bat for you.
Well, believe it or not, the one and only win that their starting pitchers have gotten since May 18th has been courtesy of Maholm. Now, that's how bad their starters have gone. And he also said that he grew up watching Braves games and became infatuated with Tom Glavine. So he's a Tom Glavine disciple and pitches a lot like Tom Glavine of the Atlanta Braves.
And Austin Jackson, the first man to face him. Jackson was 0 for 5 in last night's ball game.
I think a lot of kids grew up idolizing a lot of those Braves players because the Braves at one point in time really were the only team that was playing on television consistently.
Yeah, that is true. They were booming all through the South. Jackson is out on the ground ball, one gone.
Let's take a look at the Pittsburgh Pirates defensively. Tabata is in left. You got McCutchen in center. Church is in right. LaRoche, Cedeno, Walker, Dumont in first base. Jaramillo is behind the plate. And you got Maholm on the mound here tonight.
Here comes Johnny Damon, tonight's designated hitter, batting .280. His 34 walks among the top 10 in the league, and it leads the Tigers. 0-1 on Damon.
One of the things that Maholm has been very, very good at, and that's get left-handed hitters out. In his career, he is holding left-handed batters to just a .202 career batting average, so he gets busy against lefties.
Damon showing bunt. Johnny trying to get it going. Had a couple of hits in the ball game last night. It was 2 out of 4.
He's a short armer. When you watch Maholm on the mound, he doesn't seem like he gets his arm all the way back. It's sort of a short arm release point.
1-2. Maholm is 27 years of age. He goes 6'2", 220-pounder as you look at his splits, and really good against lefties. Out of Greenwood, Mississippi. Here's the 1-2. Damon's been on base in 11 of his last 13. Tiger table setters have been relatively quiet of late, and that's why the offense has stalled a bit. Last night, they had to use the bottom of the lineup to get most of their production. On the ground to the right side, straight at Dumont. And Maholm covers and just beats Damon to the bag.
And one of the things that Maholm will be trying to do tonight, and that's keep the ball in the ballpark. Their staff has had a very difficult time of doing that lately. They've given up 9 home runs in their last 4 games. They gave up 2 home runs last night to Tigers hitters. As a matter of fact, the only team in the National League that has given up more home runs than John Russell's staff, the Arizona Diamondbacks. They've given up 93. Pittsburgh staff has given up 71, so that's a pretty good margin.
Well, here's Ryan Rayburn with 2 outs. Rayburn getting the start with the left-hander on the mound. He reported before the game today that bruised heel is feeling a little bit better. Not quite 100%, but it's getting there.
And apparently Maglio is still not good to go. He did take some swings today in the cage during batting practice, but still not healthy enough to participate in the game here tonight, at least at the outset.
We'll see 2-0 pitch. There's a ball outside, 3-0.
Maholm will not overpower you. Fastball anywhere from 88 to 92, and that's just touching 92, but he likes to cut the fastball. He'll sink it. He also has a curve, a slider, and a changeup, and he will pitch inside.
Maholm in his 5th full season in the major leagues, an 8-game winner last year. He's got the big fella waiting on deck, Cabrera. Taking too long, and Rayburn calls time. 8 and 9 last year for Maholm, a 4.44 ERA. Now the 3-1. And it's inside, ball 4. Tigers get a 2-out base runner. First walk of the game for Paul Maholm.
Now here's Maglio taking some swings earlier today during batting practice. And Maglio not necessarily letting it go as much as he would if it was a game. So you could tell it's a little bit tender. You may remember a couple of years ago, Maglio missed some time with an oblique strain, and they don't want him to miss a whole lot of time. So if they're going to err on any side, it's going to be on the side of caution.
And Kevin Rand was talking today before the game, the head athletic trainer for the Tigers, and he emphasized that it's just soreness. It is not a strain, but they want to make sure it doesn't get to strain territory, which would eventually land him on the DL or maybe sideline him for a little bit longer. So they're being really cautious. The 0-1. 1 ball and 1 strike.
That big fella's been quiet for a couple of days. As a matter of fact, about as quiet as we've seen Cabrera in quite some time.
Which just goes to show that even the best hitters in the game, and Cabrera qualifies, will have their downturns. He has 1 for his last 18. Checked his swing, and he went.
That's when you could tell that he's just not quite right. He usually does not check swing at all. Well, that's how good Cabrera is. Once he recognizes that he is going to let it go, he lets it go. He doesn't check his swing.
Cabrera with 53 RBIs is now second in the American League. Vladimir Guerrero has taken over the top spot with 54, and then Cabrera 53.
Tigers will not run a whole lot today against Mahala. He's got a pretty good move, and most teams in the National League don't run while he's on the mound. And Jaramillo has done a decent job behind the plate this year for the Pirates, throwing out base stealers.
Out straight back. Cabrera has 18 home runs this season. He's one of those guys that can get on a tear. Once he starts hitting a couple, he will hit them in bunches.
He can carry a team. For a couple of weeks, he can carry a team. We have watched that in a Tigers uniform.
Rayburn at first base with a 2-out walk. Here's the 1-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Miguel Cabrera. Mahalam led their staff last year in strikeouts with 119. On his way to 8 victories last season. This is a Pirates team that has really struggled to win games in recent history. And that's inside. In fact, I was reading a stat earlier today, Ryder, and I guess it makes sense, but you just don't realize it. But this Pirates organization has not had a winning season in 17 years.
Yep, we talked about that briefly last night when we talked about some of the guys that have managed that club, and McClendon and also Lamont, and of course Leland left and went to Florida after the 96 season, 86 season, I should say. No, 96.
3-2 pitch is swung on and missed. He struck him out, and Cabrera's struggles continue. First strikeout of the ballgame for Mahalam. The Tigers strand a man. Jeremy Bonderman, presented tonight by Scott's Lawn Pro.
Well, he had a good first inning, and the reason why he had some movement on his fastball. Bonderman did not have movement 5 days ago against the Kansas City Royals, and they hit him around pretty good. He's also pitched some outstanding baseball here at Comerica Park in 5 games. His earned run average just a shade over 2.
Garrett Jones leads it off for the Pirates here in the second. It'll be Jones, Domet, and Church against the right-hander Bonderman.
And Jones has got some power. We documented that last night. You've got to be careful against him.
Garrett Jones is a guy that had to really put in his time. He spent 9 years in the minor leagues before Minnesota finally called him up to the big leagues in 2007.
He's learned how to hit then. That's a lot of at-bats in the minor leagues.
2-0 is rifled to right field, a base hit.
That's a good count to hit in, too. 2 balls, no strikes.
First hit of the ball game for either side, and a crooked look on Bonderman's face.
Let's take a look at the Tigers defensively, always presented by Beaumont Hospitals. Rayburn, Jackson, and Bosch in the outfield. Ingeworth getting his 3rd start at shortstop. The other 8 starts he's had have been at second base. The right side of the infield reads Guillen and Cabrera. G-Money back behind the plate tonight against the left-hander, and you know Jeremy is on the mound.
Here's the first baseman, Ryan Domet. Domet's still playing first base. We mentioned last night that he suffered concussion-like symptoms after taking a foul tip a few days ago, so they've held him out from playing the catching position, but he's, because of his bat in there, playing first base.
Only the 3rd time he has played third base, he told me before the game, so he is still learning the nuances of playing first base, bunt plays, where to play, how to shuffle off of the bag. We witnessed all that last night. He told me he keeps looking over to the dugout so they can continually tell him where he should be playing. It's kind of foreign to him. It's not an easy position to learn on the fly.
Domet has 6 home runs this year. He's knocked in 23. And a bouncing ball foul.
Let me expand on something I said earlier, because I don't want it to seem like Lamont and Lloyd were not good managers in Pittsburgh. They had some good players, but Pittsburgh always traded away their talent at the All-Star break because they were always out of the race. And Lloyd was a good manager. Gene Lamont was manager of the year 1 year in Chicago, so they were very good managers. They just didn't have the resources when they were managing in Pittsburgh. Jim Leland had some resources early with Bonds and Van Slyke and Jay Bell and some of the other guys that allowed him to get to the postseason.
Strike is called by third base umpire Greg Gibson, and Domet is out of there.
But Lloyd and Gene Lamont weren't as fortunate.
Second strikeout of the game for Bonderman.
It's a pretty good slider. It's down, it's in, it's located well. It's disguised as a fastball, and that's what the slider is meant to do. Stay on the same plane as a fastball until the hitter swings. Then all of a sudden that slider disappears down and inside.
Here's Ryan Church with 1 out. Strike 1 to Church, who is really battling it right now. 1 for 22.
And one thing Jeremy has been good at, I should say, since putting on a Tigers uniform, and that's dominating right-hand batters. Therefore, John Russell, their manager, has thrown as many left-handers at Bonderman here tonight as he possibly could.
Bonderman tonight is making his 11th start, and really he has only had 2 starts this year that you would classify as clunkers. The last one against KC, in which he gave up 7 runs, and then that start way back in April against Seattle when he gave up 8 earned runs. But in between those 2 starts, some really, really good work from Jeremy. Here's the 1-1 pitch, and it's outside. 2 balls, 1 strike on Ryan Church.
Bondo also had that 1 start in Cleveland that was washed away, where he was given quite a few runs and gave up quite a few runs, but the game obviously was canceled and those numbers went bye-bye.
Good for the guys that struggled, not so good for the guys that were hitting home runs. And there were a few in that game.
Yes, there were.
2-1 on Church.
And Jones stole a base in last night's game, so they're going to watch him closely.
Runner goes, and it's hit in the air. Hit well. Right center field, way back. This ball is going to be one hop off the wall. Going to get a run in. On his way to second with a double is Church, and it's 1-0 in favor of the Pirates as Jones scores with ease and a ball hit to the gap in right field.
Well, it's a 2-1 count, and that's the count that Bonderman needs to stay away from. Jones singled to start the inning on a 2-0 pitch, and look at the location of the fastball. It's up, it's about belt buckle high, and in a 2-1 count at 81 miles an hour, most left-handers are going to jump all over that. And because Jones was running on the pitch, there was going to be no way that he was not going to make it home, although there was a nice deep job by Danny Worth, the shortstop, which got Jones to slide at second base. Nice job, youngster.
Church has his 7th double and also has his 10th RBI. Breaking ball in there for a strike on Andy LaRoche. He's playing third base tonight, did not play in the opener last night. This is a Pittsburgh team that has scored 199 runs on the season now. They are the only team in Big League Baseball that has yet to score 200 runs. Although they may do it here in this inning if they can get another one. When you start to look at the pace that the Pirates are on, they're on pace for 526 runs this year, which would be the lowest since 1996 in the big leagues.
Well, they rank in the latter third in pitching, defense, and also hitting. And that's not usually a good remedy for a lot of wins. They just have not been able to put it together. Therefore, looking at a lot of young kids these days.
The 1-1. Grounded foul.
Let's take one more look at what Danny Worth caused Jones to do, who was running on that play on the double into the outfield. As a base runner, sometimes you got to look to see where the ball is, and if you don't, that infielder can deke you and make you think the ball's on the ground. Therefore, you slide, and it didn't come into play here. But had Jackson in center field been able to get to that ball a little quicker, it may have prevented Jones from scoring, the fact that he had to slide and get back up again.
Pretty heads up. Here's the 1-2. 2-2 on LaRoche. Bonderman is allowed a single and a double in this inning. He has fanned 2 in this game. And a bouncing ball towards short. Worth is on the charge. Double pumped, and it cost him. Safe at first base is LaRoche.
I didn't know LaRoche had that kind of speed, but by the way he was swinging the bat here, he's already running out of the batter's box when he makes contact, and then Worth could not get a good handle on it. By the time he got the handle on it, he was getting the safe call from Jerry Davis, who's over at first base.
Infield hit, and that'll be the 3rd hit in the inning. Still only 1 out, and here is Ronnie Cedeno. Cedeno was 0 for 3 last night. He did have a sacrifice in that game. And batting .238. 4 home runs. He's showing bunt, and he lays one foul.
Not a bad play, especially for a guy that can handle the bat. If you can get it down, you get a base hit, and you get an RBI as well. And Tony Beasley, third base coach, down there for John Russell.
Cedeno trying to pick up Church at third. LaRoche is at first base. A run in here in the second for the Pirates. The 0-1. And he bunts one right back toward the mound. And nobody covering first base. Guillen didn't get there. Everybody is safe. The run does not score. Holding at third base was Church.
No harm, no foul. It's a very difficult play for everybody involved. It's one of the things we were also talking to Jim Leland about in his office today, and Carlos Guillen playing second base, and and Guillen learning the nuances of playing that new position.
Well, the bases will be loaded now. And Rick Knapp comes out to have a chat with Bonderman. Still only one out. They had an infield hit, now a bunt single. And the number 9 hitter, Jason Jaramillo, getting ready to step in.
Take a look at this play. You can see where Guillen is playing up the middle, and he's on the move as soon as the ball goes down. But once Bonderman gets there, Bonderman picks it up. He looks to throw and says, I can't throw it because he's not quite there. Therefore, they get no out.
That's about the 3rd or 4th time we have seen on bunt plays Guillen either be tardy to the bag or just get there in time to get the out. And a lot of that has to do with what you were talking about, the fact that he plays up the middle a lot.
Yeah, I was asking Jim about that today, and I was asking why does he play up the middle as far as he does. And Jim said part of it's where Rafael Belliard wants him to play, and also another part of it is that Carlos probably feels a little bit more comfortable going to his left versus going to his right. Therefore, he plays up the middle, which allows him to move laterally to the left a little bit more aggressively and freely.
So we'll see if the Pirates can take advantage here. An infield hit on a ball that Danny Worth could not get the handle on, and the bunt hit by Cedeno. Jaramillo batting just 185, was 0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts in last night's game. And Bonderman right now could really use a ground ball. And Jaramillo again given time. Four hits in the inning for Pittsburgh. 1 ball, 1 strike.
And Bonderman pretty much a 2-pitch pitcher again. He has not really thrown a whole lot of split-fingered fastballs in his last 3 starts. He's just not comfortable with that 3rd pitch. He's working on a changeup once again, which he has pretty much done since coming to the major leagues. 3rd pitch may be a necessity for Bonderman since the velocity of the fastball is right around 91 miles an hour these days.
Ground ball to first. Cabrera spins, fires to second one. Bonderman covers and a double play. Oh, did that come in the nick of time? And Pittsburgh settles for 1. You're watching Tigers baseball on Fox Sports Detroit, presented by Bell Tire. By Comerica Bank, strength and stability since 1849. And by Comcast, call 1-800-COMCAST for TV, phone, and internet. Hot and muggy day here at the ballpark. Temperature in the upper 80s at game time, and right now it's at 87 degrees. Ferris wheel up and down and up and down. The kids having a good time tonight. Tigers down by a run as we go to the bottom of the second. It'll be Brennan Bosch to lead it off, and then Carlos Guillen and Brandon Inge facing the left-hander Paul Mahalem.
Something's got to give here. Mahalem real good against left-handed batters in his career. And Brennan Bosch, albeit a very, very short time in the major leagues, he has hit left-handers really well.
Bosch has got some new kicks on as well tonight. Very flashy. The 1-0. Hit on the ground and through. Base hit. Lead-off single for Bosch.
He was watching Mahalem before the game, and he noticed that he had that short arm delivery, which I was talking about in the first inning, and he said, that's good for me. He said the guys that have the longer action with the arm can sometimes present problems, but the guys that are short armers, he says, I like those guys a little bit better, and those are the splits. 519 against lefties this year. Not too bad against righties either.
There's Carlos Guillen. Carlos in the 6th slot again today, and as Jim Leland was mentioning before the game, that's where he's going to be all season long. He just loves him in that spot. And he loves him at second base, says he's doing a fine job, and he didn't want to tinker with him. He just wants Carlos to go out there every day, know that he's going to bat 6th, that he's going to play second base, and just let him go. Bosch drawing a throw. Bosch will run on you if you do not pay attention.
And Jim All said that he owes that to Carlos. He's been a pro since putting on a Tigers uniform, and the last couple of years they've moved him around a lot, from short to third to first to the outfield. He was always taking him out of games, defensive replacements in the 7th inning. And he said he's not going to do that. Carlos has earned that respect, and Jim's going to give it to him.
And through all of that, Carlos really never beefed about it. I mean, he just went about his business. All the position changes. He just went out there and basically played where they wanted him to.
He's a pro. No question about that.
0-2 on Guillen. He's hit safely in his last 4. Tying run at first base. Nobody out. He whistles one foul. Rattles around the seats.
Nice crowd here tonight on a Saturday night at Comerica Park. This place looks spectacular when it's full.
Had better than 33,000 last night.
And John Russell, their manager, was commenting on Comerica Park last night, or today I should say. Said it was his first time here, and he was very impressed, as are most players and managers that come here to Detroit.
Chopped slowly. It's going to be called a foul ball right in front of the plate, and that apparently hit Jaramillo. He's doing a little dance on the grass now. Yeah, I think most players and managers and coaches that have not visited Comerica Park, have only seen it on TV, are really surprised when they get here how beautiful this place is. And especially the National League managers that haven't had a chance to come here yet.
The amenities are nice. The visiting locker room, the batting tunnel. It's a nice place.
0-2 on Guillen. One and two. Tigers have been out hit 4-1 already in this game. But a big double play induced by Bonderman got him out of a big-time jam in the top of this inning. And that one sails low. 2-2 on Guillen.
If you weren't with us at the top of the show, we told you that Mahalem likes to pattern himself after Tom Glavine, a 300-game winner. A lot of those games with the Atlanta Braves, a few with the New York Mets. Glavine more than likely will go to the Hall of Fame. But he cuts the fastball inside, sinks it, change up. Pitches a lot like Glavine. I guess it's not a bad guy to pattern yourself after if you're not a left-hander that throws 95 miles an hour.
He's thrown a lot of innings for the Pittsburgh Pirates over the last couple of years. I mentioned he led their staff in strikeouts last year. 3-2 and a bouncing ball. It's through. Base hit. Bosch hits the bag at second. He's coming to third. He's in there standing up. Carlos Guillen finds a hole, and the Tigers are in business here in the second.
Jim showed a lot of confidence there in Carlos Guillen to put the ball in play. He doesn't strike out that much. Therefore, he starts Brennan Bosch. Bosch does not get a good jump because the left-hander's on the mound. They're simply trying to stay out of the double play. The ball trickles into right field, and Bosch, with that good speed from first to third, able to get over there without a slide.
So a golden opportunity now for the Tigers with nobody out. Brandon Inge will step in. Inge has been hot. His average has vaulted up to 251. And that's courtesy of a 7-game hitting streak. Big RBI chance here. Brandon this year has knocked in 26. There's a strike called, and now it's 0-2.
Good pitch. A little backdoor breaking ball. 74 miles an hour. It started off the plate. Inge gave up on it, and it caught the outside corner. Nice frame job there by the catcher as well. Jaramillo. We told you their staff has given up quite a few home runs this year, but one of the things that Mahalam has been good at, and that's getting ground balls. And that's why Jim put Bosch in motion 3-2. So Inge needs to make sure he gets something up to make sure that he can elevate it into the outfield.
And pull that one foul. 1-2 the count remains on the Tigers' third baseman. He really didn't get going until about midway spring training this year because of the double knee surgery that he had last year. And the Inge, before every game this year, will still wrap those knees up before he takes the field. Give them extra support.
Have you checked in with him on the knees lately?
You know what? It's been a while, and I guess just the way he's played, he looks like he's back to 100%, but I can't report that for sure. Checked his swing there. He missed.
I remember talking to him in spring training, and he felt like he wouldn't be healthy, at least close to 100% until about June. So maybe it coincides with the fact that the batting average is really perked up here lately. He's feeling real good.
Could be. He has run the count even now at 2-2. And it just missed. 3 balls, 2 strikes. So from 0-2 to 3-2.
Well, we'll see how comfortable Jim feels with Brandon standing in the batter's box as to whether he starts Guillen here on the 3-2 pitch. He wasn't afraid to start Bosch in this exact same count.
Fouled away. Runner did not go that time. Guillen stayed put. The inning started with a base hit by Brennan Bosch, and then Carlos Guillen had a single into right field, put runners at first and third. Another foul back out of play. It's turning into a pretty good bat here for Mr. Inge. Number 9 coming up. Again, Mahalam's 3-2. Another foul back out of play. 9-pitch at bat.
Usually advantage hitter. When a hitter has had a chance to see 9 pitches, and he has seen just about everything that Mahalam features, you've got a pretty good idea of what's going on. And a lot of times hitters have success after seeing 9 pitches.
Fly ball. Slicing away from the right fielder, Church. He's coming hard. Makes a sliding attempt, but can't get it. That would have scored Bosch with ease had he caught that ball. Still 3-2. That is the 20th pitch in this inning now for Mahalam. He threw 20 in the entire first, and has yet to record an out.
Yeah, no outs.
So with this extremely warm and muggy weather, this has been a taxing inning for Paul Mahalam. He walked him. Boy, what an attack by Brandon Inge. The bases are loaded. Second walk of the game for Mahalam.
Hey fans, have your picnic or party in an upcoming Tigers game. Group tickets and picnic and party suites are on sale now. Groups of 15 or more get discount tickets to select games while supplies last. Order your group tickets at 313-471-BALL or visit Tigers.com.
Well, Brandon Inge was down 0-2 in that at bat, and he works them for an 11-pitch at bat and a walk. And now the bases are loaded for Gerald Laird. Tigers still down by a run. Laird batting a .156. Bouncing ball slowly toward third base. It's going to roll foul as LaRoche picks it up in foul territory. The ball stays fair. It's impossible for LaRoche to make that play. So break there for the Pirates, 0-1.
And Gerald Laird has tried a couple of different things to try to get out of the slump that he's been in for the most part all year. He changed his number from 8 to 12, and he's also not holding the bat on his shoulder the way that he was earlier in the year. And he told me that he's gone back to the way that he holds the bat when he was a Texas Ranger, and simply in a more conventional way, but not resting it on his shoulder as he was resting his bat earlier this season.
Driven deep in the air, right center field, way back. That ball is up, and it is caught on the run by Ryan Church. What a play by Church. Throw down to third, and out there is Guillen. Laird will get a sac fly and an RBI, and Carlos tried to move up as well, and he was cut down. What a play by Church in deep right center.
Outstanding play by Church, and Gerald Laird has done a lot of this year. I didn't think there was any way he was going to make this play. Carlos Guillen was halfway. He had to go back to second base after the catch was made, but he got a late jump, and then the ball comes in, and then they get him at third base, or did they get him? Greg Gibson says yes, but it looks like the tag may have been missed by LaRoche, but that play is started, and the reason why it's a good play is that Church ran it down.
9-6-5 on the put out at third base. And how about that for luck for Gerald Laird? It just seems like it's been that way all season long.
Really, the only thing that could have been done differently there is the fact that Carlos, because he got a little bit of a late break getting back to second base, he probably should have stayed at second base. But that's just a really nice play in the outfield by Church.
So with 2 outs and a runner at first base, Danny Worth the batter. Tigers had him loaded, and they get a run in, but a potentially big inning has been slowed, at least for the time being. Worth batting .276.
And apparently the new hand spot for Gerald Laird is working a little bit. He had a hit, I think, the last time he played as well, a couple of days ago.
That was the 25th pitch in this inning for Mahalam. So Laird gets an RBI. It's his 7th. Line drive, kicked up chalk, fair ball. Into the corner it goes. It bounces around to Church. They will hold the runner at third base. Overthrow, but no advance. Inge will stay put. Danny Worth has himself a double. 2-base hit for Danny Worth. Safe at second base. Safe and secure, New York Life. First career double for Danny. There's Austin Jackson, the Tigers' 3rd hit in this inning. Jackson 0 for 1. He bounced out in the first frame. And he takes strike 1. Tigers now have 130 doubles. And they are 3rd in the American League in 2-base hits.
They were last in doubles last year, and David Dombrowski, their president and general manager, said that was the most surprising thing about their offense last year is that they finished dead last in doubles.
Cedeno gobbles this one up, and his throw is in time to retire Jackson. That's all for the Tigers. They will settle for 1 run, lead 2, and we go to the third. Great pitcher. In the Hall of Fame, Satchel Paige. As we honor the Negro League players here this weekend at Comerica Park, the 16th annual Negro League tribute game.
As a matter of fact, Satchel Paige was a member of the Pittsburgh Crawfords back in 1935 when they won the Negro National League Championship. They had 5 future Hall of Famers on that team: Cool Papa Bell, Oscar Charleston, Josh Gibson, Judy Johnson, and I mentioned Satchel Paige. And Cool Papa Bell, we've heard a lot about him. We've heard a lot about Josh Gibson as well, and of course Satchel Paige. So the Pittsburgh Crawfords had some squad.
Jose Tabata leads it off, and he is spun out of there. A pitch up and in by Jeremy Bonderman, 2-0.
Tabata was rated as their second best position player in their organization. He's got some skills. He can run, he can hit, he can throw. Real good looking player. And he has to be good to bump McCutchen from that #1 spot down to the #3 spot, because McCutchen was tremendous as their leadoff hitter last year.
2-1 on Jose Tabata. Bouncing ball third base side. Brandon cuts him down, 1 away. Right now we go back to the studio, and here is a game break with Trevor Thompson. Trev. All right, Trev, thank you. Here it is 1-1 as we play in the third with 1 out. Here is Neil Walker. Ball away, 1-0 on Walker. Well, we're seeing some of the youngsters come up. Walker was called up. We talked in the last night about some of their better prospects finally getting an opportunity. And Pedro Alvarez is, I guess many are saying, maybe days away from being called up to the big leagues. Here's the 1-1 pitch from Bonderman. And a strike called. 1-2 on Neil Walker, who was promoted on May 25th from Indianapolis, where he was batting .321, their AAA team.
He's the brother-in-law of Don Kelly, and I was asking Don Kelly who bought dinner last night, and he said Mr. Walker bought dinner last night. I said, that means it's your turn to buy dinner tonight. And he says, you're absolutely right.
What's fair is fair.
Kelly said they had about 12 to 15 family members here in attendance as well. Not a long drive from Pittsburgh.
1-2 on Walker. He began his pro career as a catcher and was moved to a different position, the outfield, back in 07, or third base, I should say, in 07. Playing second base here. Iwamura has really struggled. He did start last night, but Akinori not playing tonight. 1-2 on Walker. 1-1 game. We're in the third. That's rolled foul. Good pitch, but it just missed. A shade outside. Bonderman tonight had a strikeout in the first and one in the second. A little off the plate, though. Here's the 2-2. Here's McCutchen waiting on deck. Driven toward left, slicing. That's a foul ball. Bonderman has made 22 starts in interleague play, counting tonight. He's 7-7 lifetime. His ERA is a little bit over 5. His season ERA this year, 4.40, but again, that's courtesy of a couple of starts in which he gave up a lot of earned runs, a 7 earned run game and an 8 earned run game. Here comes the 10th pitch in this at bat. And it is ball 4. He lost him. Bonderman didn't like that call. 1 out, base on balls. First walk of the game for Jeremy. So here's Andrew McCutchen.
Andrew McCutchen has a chance to be an impact player in the major leagues for a long, long time. There's not anything they can't do on a baseball field. Can fly, hit for average, power, throw, and a tremendous defender. And he also has a dynamic personality. That's what his manager, John Russell, had to say about him today. He said, as good as he is, he's a better person, and it's always good to hear that about a young kid in the big leagues.
Well, despite the fact that he's in just his second big league season, he's kind of taken over as the guy that they refer to as well as his team. And he quickly is becoming a veteran. And McCutchen has a chance to be their all-star representative this year.
He's having an all-star type year, not driving in that many runs, just 19, but hitting over 300 with 7 home runs.
And I would imagine McCutchen, as a youngster, probably saw the Tigers play in Lakeland quite a bit. He went to Fort Meade High School, which is in Polk County, just outside of Lakeland, Florida. And if he does make the All-Star team this year, he would be just the second player from Polk County to ever play in a big league All-Star game. The first was a former Oriole, Boog Powell. Boog Powell. The Boogster went to Lakeland High School. I didn't know that. Runner goes, the throw, the tag. Got him.
What feet by Laird. You got to be kidding me. I didn't think there was any shot whatsoever he was going to throw Walker out. Walker had a great jump, but the footwork by Laird is exceptional, and he's got a tremendous throwing arm. Nice job by Carlos Guillen as well, straddling the bag, allowing the ball to come all the way in the air and simply dropping the glove on Walker. What a throw by Laird. Walker had a tremendous jump.
Strike on McCutchen, 2-2.
I was asking Jim Leland about McCutchen before the game and comparing him to Gary Sheffield's bat speed. Leland wouldn't go there as far as comparing him to the Sheffield bat speed. Many have. But Leland knows that this kid is a very, very special talent.
Bonnerman strikes him out, his third strikeout of the game. And Jeremy, despite the walk, gets some help. It'll be Damon Rayburn Cabrera coming up. (37338) and vote for your Tigers. McDonald's player of the game in this one tonight. Tied at 1 as we go to the bottom of the third, and Johnny Damon is starting things off for the Tigers. It'll be Damon, Rayburn, and Cabrera facing Paul Mahalem. 1-1 strike on Damon, who bounced out his first time up. Johnny had a couple of hits in the ball game last night. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Mahalem, 27 years old, out of Greenwood, Mississippi. He pitched his college ball at Mississippi State. The 2-1. 3 balls, 1 strike. On deck, Ryan Rayburn. Rounded the other way and through, a base hit for Johnny Damon. Leadoff man on for the Tigers. By the way, tonight's game is available in crystal clear high definition on Fox Sports Detroit HD, sponsored by Comcast. Tigers now have their 4th hit, so each side with 4 hits. Tigers got their run in the second on the sacrifice fly by Gerald Laird. Here's Rayburn. He walked his first time up. Ryan takes strike 1. Typically, when there is a change in the lineup, Jim Leland likes to put the person that is filling in the direct spot of the guy that he is filling in for, which in this case would be Maglio Ordonez in the 3 spot. That way you don't mess with anybody else's spot in the lineup. There's a strike called, 0-2. And the hope is that Maglio can be back in the lineup sometime soon, but they're taking it very slowly, encouraged by his ability to come back so far at this point and feeling a little bit better, but still not quite there. The 0-2 pitch is inside, 1-2 on Ryan Rayburn. 8 RBIs for Rayburn this year. Has yet to homer. There's Maggs, who's getting another night off. Certainly a big part of this lineup. 3 and 4. Ordonez and Cabrera have been dynamite for most of the first half. Talking about a guy who was hitting over 300 with good power, driving in runs.
No 3-4 combination has driven in more runs than Maglio and Cabrera. .312 is Maglio's career batting average as well. How ironic is that?
1 and 2 on Rayburn.
They miss him, though. That much is evident. They miss that bat in that number 3 spot.
You mentioned this before, but where did that whole thing start, the soreness? Was that in the last protest?
Kansas City.
Yeah.
Kansas City, he said.
The 1-2 is rolled foul again.
It's one thing the players have to do on nights like tonight. And it was very hot in Kansas City as well. You have to make sure you hydrate yourself, not only during the course of the game, but it really starts the night before. Tomorrow might be hot and humid, so if you're the players, you have to start to really load up on the Gatorade and all the water that you can drink to make sure you can stay as hydrated as possible.
And I guess what players have learned is that you can't start late either. I mean, you can't, like in the 5th inning, all of a sudden start guzzling water and Gatorade.
You're right. I was chopping it up with the umpires on the way to their umpiring room today, and DJ Rayburn, who's behind the plate today, he's got the equipment on. He knew that he would be sweating quite a bit, and he said that he started drinking lots of fluids last night. So it's not just the players, but the umpires have to hydrate themselves as well.
Swing and a miss, and Rayburn is finally disposed of. Second strikeout for Mr. Mulholland. It came on his 61st pitch. We are only in the 3rd. Here's Cabrera. Miguel struck out back in the 1st inning.
Any moment now, the big fella will get loose again. That much is for sure. He's an impact player. All-time home run leader for the Florida Marlins, and he did that in just over 4 seasons. And what a special player. And I only bring that up because Dan Uggla, the second baseman for the Florida Marlins, is getting ready to pass Cabrera as the all-time home runs leader in Florida Marlins history.
Cabrera right now second to Vladimir Guerrero in RBIs. Longoria is on his tail. Ground ball, base hit right field. Damon will hit the bag at second. He's coming to 3rd. He'll get in there safely, and Cabrera goes the other way with a single.
It's a nice job by Miguel, and you could tell that he was trying to hit the ball the other way. That's what you do when you're struggling a little bit. I believe he was 1 for his last 19, so he takes the pitch that looks like it's on the inner 3rd, and he pulls the bat knob first. Watch the bat knob. Bat knob goes first, the bat lags, and then because the ball is down and away, he's able to whistle it right past first base. Nice approach, nice swing.
Runners at 1st and 3rd for the Tigers, 1 out. They've got Brennan Bosch up there. Bosch had a single and scored a run in the 2nd. He lifts this one to the air to left field. Tabata coming in, measuring it, makes the catch. Damon will hold up. So Bosch unable to drive the run in. 2 gone. He's going to leave it up to Guillen. Five Tigers hits in this game, 4 for the Pittsburgh Pirates. It's a 1-1 game in the 3rd. Carlos has one of those hits, a single back in the 2nd.
Jim was asked before the game why he liked Carlos Guillen in the number 6 spot so much. And he said it's a good RBI spot. He says when you bat 6th, you get lots of RBI opportunities. And, of course, Carlos is sitting in an RBI opportunity right now.
Lines one softly to the shortstop, Cedeno, and that is that. So the Tigers threaten but do not score. Mahalan pitching out of a jam. 3 in the books. Jones, Doman, Church coming up. AT Rethink Possible. And by GMC, we are professional grade. Back here at Comerica Park, the Tigers and the Pittsburgh Pirates going at it interleague style here as we go to the 4th inning. Another big crowd on hand here this evening, better than 33,000 here last night. And I would imagine we'll be in that same area, if not beyond, here tonight. Leading it off is Garrett Jones for the Pirates as we go to the 4th inning. Pirates 1, Tigers 1. Bonderman deals a pitch inside, 1-0.
And Bondo has done a better job with his fastball here today. And we told you at the top of the show he got roughed up a little bit in his start against Kansas City because the fastball was flat and it was at the belt buckle. And it wasn't moving very much. But today he's got some late life with his fastball. 88 miles an hour that last one, tilting away from the talented Jones. He's got some power.
Jones has 36 RBIs, which leads this Pittsburgh team. By comparison, Cabrera leads the Tigers with 53. Wave and a miss, 1 and 2.
That's the scouting report on Jones, though. Once you get ahead of him, he'll chase. Not only will he chase up, but he'll also chase down where that last slider was from Bonderman. Go right back to it.
We have talked about the power of Garrett Jones. A few years back in A-ball, he showed off that power. Double-A actually hit 31 home runs in a minor league season. And spent a lot of those minor league years in the Minnesota Twins organization, but really kind of flourishing here with Pittsburgh. Here's the 1-2. Driven high in the air. Deep into right field, way back, and there's your power. It's gone.
3 straight sliders to Jones. And the last one didn't do a whole lot.
It's his 9th of the year, his 2nd hit in this game. And it's 2-1 Pittsburgh.
Here it is. 3 straight sliders, and anytime you see the catcher reach out with that glove, it's not a good thing. '21
homers last year for the Pirates. And now his 9th this year. That ball is hit deep into right field. Bosch is going back. He'll look up on this one. And that ball is caught, interfered with by a fan out there in right field.
Yeah, that's a double.
The fan leaned over and caught that ball.
It's a nice job by second base umpire Sam Holbrook. He was all over it.
And a clear call there, no argument to be made. So it's a 2-base hit.
And Bonderman's going to have to get back to moving the ball around a little bit. Especially against the middle of this order, these left-handers that John Russell is running out there against him tonight.
Here's Ryan Church. Rolled foul. That home run, by the way, for Jones, 417 feet.
That would classify as a big fly.
If I'm not mistaken, Bosch's home run last night went over 400. Church 1 for 1. Had a double, scored a run. He's back in the 2nd inning. Here's the 0-1. Driven deep to right field. That's going to hook the ball, and it will go foul. The Pirates teeing off here in the 4th inning. Some hard hit baseball. We got confirmation that Bosch home run was 400 feet last night. So some long homers in this series. And a couple of very warm, muggy nights. Missed it outside, 1 and 2 on Church. Well, he came in 1 for his last 22, but he doubled in a run in the 2nd. That's his 10th RBI of the year. Swing and a miss. And he gets Church, who is livid with himself. 4 strikeouts for Bonderman, 1 in each inning. It's our AT&T trivia question tonight. Who is the only female in the Major League Baseball Hall of Fame? That is your trivia question, courtesy of AT&T. The only female.
Great question tonight.
In Major League Baseball's Hall of Fame.
It's a great question tonight.
Here's Andy LaRoche. Good luck with it, by the way.
I would imagine it ties in with the Negro League weekend, though.
It might, yeah, it could.
It would have to tonight.
It might, it could. Bouncing ball, 3rd base side, short hop for Inge. Nice job. 2 gone, holding the runner at 2nd.
I like the way Brandon makes this play because he doesn't olay it. When he comes in on these short hops, he gets in front of it. Because if the ball doesn't land softly in his glove, at least he keeps it in front of him. He still might get the out at first base, but at least that runner is not able to advance. You see so many third basemen come in and play that ball off to the side because they're trying to position their feet for the throw to first base, but not Brandon.
There's Cedeno.
Bonderman 1 pitch away from getting out of this mess. Runner on 2nd with nobody out.
Wave and a miss, 1-1. Earlier this year, Cedeno, who was struggling with the bat, was, as they say, changing his stance literally from pitch to pitch. And at bat to at bat, Don Long, their hitting instructor, finally got him to pick one, as they say. And he's crouched down a little bit more. He was standing a whole lot taller, but more than anything else, they made him stop being as fidgety as he was at home plate. And he cuts and misses. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Just one of those things that hitting instructors can pick up on. And when you're not going good, you seek the other pair of eyes to see if they might catch something. Now the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Bonderman with his 5th strikeout, his 2nd of the inning, and they will scram the double. But the homer by Jones gives the Pirates the lead. Innings, Laird, Worth coming up. Effa Manley, who was an executive inducted in 2006, was the co-owner and business manager of the Newark Eagles, who went on to win the Negro League World Series in 1946. She is the only female that is inducted into Major League Baseball's Hall of Fame.
Tremendous.
Tough one tonight, that's for sure. Driven to left field. There's a base hit. Well, Brandon Inge continues to swing a hot bat. That'll be an 8-game hitting streak now for Brandon. The leadoff man is bored here in the 4th inning. Tigers have their 6th hit. It's going to bring up Gerald Laird. Tigers down by a run. Laird had a sac fly and a ball he absolutely crushed back in the 2nd. Ryan Church ran it down. Takes a big rip there, 0-1.
It should have been a triple, a double at least, and 3 RBIs. But it turned into a sac fly, a ribby for Gerald, of course, but again was a little late getting back to the bag and trying to advance to 3rd, and they were able to throw him out. But Church made a tremendous play. He made an Edwin Jackson. He made an Austin Jackson type play.
Yeah, one of those where you run a mile and a half and get to the baseball. Austin's done that a lot this year. Done it a couple of times in this series alone. The 1-1 on the ground at 3rd. LaRoche has trouble with it, and because of that, they'll just get the force.
Thank you very much. It looked like LaRoche took a look up at the last moment before throwing the ball and just does not make the play. That's exactly what happened. He did not make the exchange cleanly.
1 on, 1 out. It's going to bring up Danny Worth, who doubled down the right field line his first time. Danny batting an even .300.
And Gerald Laird continues to hit balls hard, but not getting a whole lot to show for it. But if you keep swinging, sooner or later it'll change. You got to keep grinding it out. G Money did make a tremendous throw in this game, throwing out Walker, their second baseman, trying to steal in the third.
0-2 on Worth, whose double back in the second was his first extra base hit of the season. He has 9 hits in his 2 stints with Detroit. The rest of them singles. Worth had pretty good numbers down at AAA. He was batting .287, knocked in 18 runs, stole 12 bases.
They love his defensive skills. That much is for sure.
Runner back.
And if he hits 280 up here, he'll be an everyday player at some point in time with the way that he can play defensively.
Ground ball foul, third base side.
Those that watched Worth play last year say the biggest difference in him this year versus last year, he's gotten a whole lot stronger. He was getting the bat knocked out of his hand last year, but he's a lot stronger, therefore hitting balls a little firmer, playing with a lot more confidence, and he has found himself in the big leagues.
Mahalan has thrown a lot of pitches. That was number 76. And we're only in the 4th inning. Runner goes, and a bouncing ball to short. Cedeno has only 1 play. Worth is out. Laird at second with 2 away. He's the tying run. And now a chance for Austin Jackson. The only Tiger tonight that has yet to reach base. Jackson is 0 for 2 with a ground ball in the first, a ground ball in the second. And yet through this stretch where he has struggled offensively, he is still in the top 10 in hits with 75. That's in the American League.
Jim also has to be impressed that even though he has struggled offensively, he doesn't take his glove out there with his offense on his mind. He's able to differentiate the two. Offense to defense. Smart player.
Into right field. Straight at Ryan Church to retire the side. So the Tigers get a leadoff single, do not score, and we go to the 5th. Jaramillo, Tabata, Walker coming up.
was over 100 miles an hour. And it won't be the last time Verlander throws a no-hitter in the major leagues.
Very special night here at the ballpark. JV just hanging out tonight.
Verlander admitted didn't have his great stuff last night, didn't have his real good command last night, but was able to gut it out and maneuver through this Pittsburgh Pirates lineup to get the win.
Armillo hits the first ball to the first baseman.
It's always a good thing if you can go out there and win when you don't necessarily have your best stuff. But Verlander on nights when he doesn't have his best stuff is usually still real good.
7-4 record this year, an ERA 3.56. Top of the order now, Jose Tabata. Tabata is 0 for 2 with a fly ball and a ground out. Tabata is a great admirer of Roberto Clemente. His father, that was his favorite player, Clemente, and he passed it down to his son. In fact, he's such an admirer of Clemente that he has a tattoo of him on his chest. It's sinking, and Bosch makes a nice sliding play. 2 gone. Boy, we've seen some really good defense in this series.
Bosch is more comfortable in right field than left field. And just tremendous concentration. When you leave your feet, you still have to make sure your head's still so the ball lands softly in your glove, and that's exactly what Bosch did. That's our Lincoln Mercury Exmo. You know, it's funny you would bring up Roberto Clemente here because a lot of African-American players obviously idolize Jackie Robinson and what he meant to the game of baseball for African-Americans, but Latin players, they look to Roberto Clemente. He was their mentor, and he was a great player, and he's the reason why so many Latin players took up the American pastime.
And a Pittsburgh Pirates to boot. Walker the batter. There's a strike, 1-1.
And Pittsburgh Pirates, one of the reasons why I really started to play baseball and love baseball, they always had lots of African Americans on their team, and as a young African American, you loved to see people on the field that looked like you. You felt like possibly someday you could do it. And I think that's what's troublesome about these days as far as blacks are concerned in baseball. There's just not many playing, and a lot say they just don't see that many African Americans playing on television anymore. They're playing other sports. They're playing basketball. They're playing baseball. Football. Anything but baseball.
Here's the 2-1 to Walker. Ripped foul down the first base line. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
In 1975, there was about 27% African Americans playing Major League Baseball. That number has dwindled down to less than 9% as we speak. So it's an issue with Major League Baseball, and it's something they're trying to correct. They've tried several different things. They've built academies in the inner cities, but the numbers just haven't gone up yet.
Full count now, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Neil Walker, who has a strikeout and a walk. Donovan has had to pitch through some trouble here in this game, but still trailing only 2-1. Now the 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Down it goes. 9-pitch inning for Donovan. That's another strikeout. His 6th of the game. Tigers baseball tonight presented by Bell Tire.
run.
Cedar Springs, Michigan, in the house here tonight. We thank you for that.
Yes, indeed. Thank you very much.
Johnny Damon leading it off here in the 5th inning. Damon, Rayburn, and Cabrera facing the left-hander Mahalam, who gave up just 1 run in the second. He's thrown a lot of pitches, though. 79 through the first 4 innings. Damon trying to work it here now is ahead 2 balls, no strikes. Johnny in this one, a single and a bounce out. And he bounces this one to first base. Out of the reach. Good Domet. And a single, so Damon now has 4 hits in this set so far.
I told you Domet is playing only his 3rd game over at first base, and admitted to me before the game that it is a work in progress, especially this particular play right here where you have to kind of hold the runner on and shuffle off the bag to get yourself in a real good position to make a play.
Here's Ryan Rayburn. Tigers now have 7 hits and 6 for the Pirates at Pittsburgh with a 1-run lead. Both pitchers really have had to pitch through some turbulence. The Garrett Jones home run in the 4th right now, the difference. Wave and a miss. 1 ball, 1 strike. Two and one. A couple of years ago during spring training, Mahalam was pitching for the Pirates. They were playing the Yankees, and the Yankees that year, that was 08, decided to let Billy Crystal, the actor-comedian, actually get in a big league at bat in a spring training game. And the guy he faced was Paul Mahalam. And Mahalam in that at bat fell behind Billy Crystal 3-1 and was feeling nervous. He really didn't want to walk it, nor give up a hit. He ended up striking him out. Crystal did make contact against him. Lined one down the right field line, but Mahalam finally struck him out and said, boy, if he would have gotten a hit against me, I'd have never heard the end of it.
Had to be a treat for Mahalam and Billy Crystal.
Yeah, Crystal especially, I would think.
I'm sure he didn't want to drill him either.
No, that's the last thing you want to do. Ooh, that's going to get away. Stumbling down there is Domet. Move Damon to second, so the tying run now is in scoring position. That'll help.
Little snap throw over to first base, and Domet, as we mentioned, still learning the finer points at first base. That's not his fault, but still, Mahalam needs to be careful when throwing over to first base, especially with that last move that he used to throw over there, because Domet hadn't seen that move yet.
E1. Rayburn hits a ground ball to third. Fair, deep behind the bag. LaRoche throws him out. What a play by Andy LaRoche. 1 gone. Runner holds at second base.
He did show some real nice arm strength on this play, and nice footwork too, adjusting his body to get it in a real good position to help make that strong throw back to first base.
Now Cabrera with a single and a strikeout.
I wonder if they're really going to pitch to Cabrera here.
Ooh, strike 1 in the outer edge. Well, you would think with first base open, if they are, they're going to be extremely careful.
I know Bosch is good, and he's done a lot of damage against left-handers this year. But it looked like Jaramillo's body was well off the plate on that first fastball, but still it was called a strike. Look at where he's at. I don't think they want to throw a strike.
Doesn't appear so. Cabrera had a base hit back in the 3rd. His first hit in the series.
I mean, when Jaramillo sets up, He's not even close. I guess they're just going to walk him intentionally now. Nope, they're not.
Hammered down the left field line. He hung a breaking ball up there, and Cabrera almost made him pay.
Jaramillo jumped out of that crouch and sprinted out to the mound and said, "What are you doing?"
Exactly. 2-2. I was just about to say, too, that John Russell apparently has the confidence that Mulholland would not make a mistake in this situation, and he almost made one there. Two balls, two strikes on Miguel Cabrera. Way outside. Now it's 3-2. And it appears that Bosch is going to hit with two men aboard here. Johnny Damon led the inning off with a single. Advanced to second and a bad pickoff throw. And the 3-2. It's way high and away. Ball 4. Third walk for Mulholland.
Well, Brennan Bosch is hitting over 500 against left-handed pitching. And he usually doesn't stay in the batter's box very long.
So Kerrigan coming out.
And Bosch was telling me before the game that he and Cabrera have become quite close during the course of a baseball game. They sit next to one another and they talk about the opposing pitcher. They kind of talk about what pitches they might get the next time they get up. Cabrera is a very smart hitter, and we know that Bosch is a very good hitter and displays a lot of talent, but says Cabrera has helped him out in that regard.
Well, those are two guys right there that can hit the ball a country mile.
One is 6'5", one is 6'6". Both have lethal power potential.
So here is Bosch, two men on and one out. Tigers down by a run as we play here in the fifth. And a soft ground ball hit to the shortstop. Cedeno has no play, and everybody is safe. Bosch has an infield hit, his second hit of the day.
I guess if you're Mulholland and Joe Kerrigan, the pitching coach, you have to look at that as being not all that bad. Tigers didn't score there. Bosch got a base hit, but the ball stayed in the infield. It's a breaking ball or a fastball off the plate, and it looks like it's about 6 inches off the plate, but Bosch has got real long arms able to get to it. And it just seems like every time this young man puts the ball in play, he's getting a base hit.
Tigers have 8 hits now. 7 of them are singles. 2 of them for Bosch.
And Carlos Guillen, a veteran player, knows how to hit in these situations. A career .400 batting average with the bases loaded. Mulholland has done that a lot today. That real slow breaking ball right at 72, 74 miles an hour. He's been able to throw it for strikes today on the very first pitch to a lot of the right-handers here tonight.
They're loaded up with 1 out. Guillen a single and a line out. And he chops one back up the middle. This might be 2. There's 1, and the relay is in time. A double play. Walker to dome it. A 4-3 twin killing. That would hurt. to help establish the Negro League Baseball Museum that is currently in Kansas City. A former first baseman and manager for the Monarchs. And a really, really nice man. Had an opportunity to interview him several years back, and just a wealth of knowledge and a great human being, the great Buck O'Neil.
He was one of the first African-American coaches in Major League Baseball, and every time you would go to Kansas City, when we would go to the Negro League Museum, there was Buck O'Neil. He was dressed, I mean really dressed. He was a sharp dresser, and he would always be very gracious of his time.
Andrew McCutchen is leading it off for Pittsburgh. Pirates dodging a couple of bullets in this one. They still lead 2-1.
As a matter of fact, they have the Buck O'Neil seat in Kansas City, who they give to a special patron every single night. He's got his own seat at Kauffman Stadium.
Right behind home plate. Great seat. 2-1 on McCutchen. McCutchen tonight is 0 for 2, fly ball, strikeout.
I don't think a fastball would be a good pitch right here to McCutchen. His hands are lethally quick, but you can get him to swing and miss at a slider. But you better get it down.
Bouncing ball to second. And Guillen throws him out, one away. We go back to the studio now. Time for a game break. And here's Trevor Thompson. All right, Trev, thank you. So those Reds keep surprising. They had a half-game lead coming into play tonight in the National League Central over St. Louis.
I talked to my good buddy, Dusty Baker, a couple days ago. Gave him a few pointers on that Kansas City Royals team, at least what I have been able to observe.
Garrett Jones, the batter, the 0-1. Would you let him know?
I told him about some of their guys. No doubt about that. Dusty's one of my favorite people in the whole world. And if they're not playing the Tigers, I wish they win every game.
Jones has had a big night, a single and a homer.
I told him to stay away from Billy Butler for sure. That much I told him. I said, regardless of what the situation is, if you don't have to pitch to him, don't pitch to him. And they walked him twice yesterday.
He probably didn't need a scouting report on Billy Butler, though.
But Betancourt got him yesterday.
Here's the 2-1. Two balls, two strikes. Bonderman has thrown 80 pitches right now as we play here in the sixth.
Speaking of Dusty Baker, he has said that he learned so much from Hank Aaron when he was a young player coming up in the Atlanta Braves organization.
Ground ball, second base. Guillen handles this one as well. 2 outs.
Of course, Hank Aaron got his start in the Negro Leagues, as did Willie Mays and so many other great African-American players that some may not have known started in the Negro Leagues.
From what I hear, the one guy that I wish I could have seen play was Josh Gibson. He, I heard, was a specimen.
They said he's the best hitter ever.
There's Ryan Doman.
I don't know if they kept track, but they said he hit about 800 taters.
800.
That's what they say.
Bonderman's 1-0. 1 ball, 1 strike on Doman. Doubled in the fourth, did not score. Bonderman did a good job in that inning because he gave up a home run to Jones, which put them ahead 2-1. Then a double, but he got the next 3 outs, 2 of them via the strikeout. High, mammoth fly ball into right field. It's going to stay in the park, though. Bosch still waiting for it. And that is that. It's a 1-2-3 inning. 9 straight retired by Bonderman. He's on a roll right now. Ian Laird-Worth coming up.
takes the throw, he allows the ball to travel, and therefore all you have to do is drop the glove on the base runner. It's a nice job by G-Money, and again, Coors Light Freeze Cam always brought to you by your Cross Brew, Coors Light.
Brandon Inge starts it off. It'll be Inge, Laird, and Worth here in the 6th inning in a 2-1 game. Tigers, they've out-hit the Pirates 8-6, and Brandon tonight has a single and a walk. Mahalam back out there. He's throwing a lot of pitches tonight. In fact, he's about to reach the 100 plateau real soon.
Well, he's getting this team into an area where they're pretty good. The back end of that bullpen for Pittsburgh has been tremendous this year.
Slow roller towards short. Cedeno on the charge. One away. Well, since 2006, nobody has thrown more innings as a left-handed pitcher since that time. Mahalam is number 1. That's in the National League.
Eating up some innings. And he's throwing quality innings. Just to finish that thought on how good they are after leading 6 innings, they are 14-1 are the Pittsburgh Pirates. They've got a quartet down there that has been real good.
Strike 1 on Gerald Laird. Strike 2 on Gerald Laird.
But the Tigers also have a team that has shown some real nice come from behind ability this year against some of your better relievers in baseball. So stay tuned.
In fact, the 7th inning is one of the innings in which the Tigers have scored most of their runs this year. 37 7th inning runs. We're in the 6th right now, but see how this one works out.
It's like Brendan Donnelly getting loose down there in that bullpen. Get down, ball. Get down.
Here comes McCutchen. Sliding catch. What a play by Andrew McCutchen.
He's way too fast.
2 up, 2 down.
No question the fastest player in the National League. It might be the fastest player in all of baseball. Big old mitt, too.
Bouncing ball to second base. It's going to be an easy inning for Mahalam. Worth has gone 4-3. Tigers go 1-2-3. On our way to the 7th. Church, LaRoche, Cedeno on the way. It's a pretty cool looking puzzle right there. I mean, that's very authentic looking. Got the skyline, even got the blimp. Check out the blimp in the upper left-hand corner. The Old English D. So we go to the 7th inning, and back at the hill is Jeremy Bonderman. It'll be Church, LaRoche, and Cedeno. This is a 2-1 ball game, and it has been that way since the 4th. Church fouls one back.
These left-handers, they have gone to the plate today, and they have not waited around very long against Bondo. And they are swinging at the very first thing they see.
Hammer to left field. Rayburn right there. So on a line, Church is out. That's 10 straight now, set down by Bonderman. And it'll bring up Andy LaRoche.
And Bonderman's kind of flipped the script in this game. Usually Bondo gets off to an outstanding start. I mean, really good start first time through, and then he kind of struggles the remainder of the way. But today he's gotten stronger as the game has gone on. And his pitch count is in really good shape. 87 total pitches for Jeremy today.
High fly ball left field. Rayburn has room for this one. LaRoche is out, 2 gone.
Good fastball today. He's touched 94. He doesn't work at 94. He used to average 94 miles an hour every time he went out, but Bondo pretty much right around 90 to 91. 80 with a slider.
There's a drive into right field. Bosch on his horse for this one. He'll get there and make the play, and an easy 1-2-3 inning. Only 5 pitches for Bonderman. He's retired 12 in a row. And by Jaguar, visit your local Jaguar dealer to experience the 2011 Jaguar XJ. Nighttime here in the Motor City, and a close one tonight. Pittsburgh on top 2-1 as we head to the bottom of the 7th inning. The Pirates will make a pitching change here. It is a wall-side windows pitching change. Mahalam is done, and Evan Meek is the new pitcher.
He's got tremendous numbers. Look at that earned run average, .76. 35 2/3 innings, 33 strikeouts, 8 walks. The opponent's 171 against Meek. Part of that back into the bullpen that's been so good for John Russell with Meek and Hanrahan, and Dotel is usually the one doing the closing.
Outfield indeed patrolled by Austin Jackson. Nothing gets by Austin. He's going to try and lead it off offensively, though. How good has Meek been? He has not allowed a hit in 6 games, which has covered 17 at bats. Not allowed even a hit. Jackson 0 for 3. Austin takes ball 1.
We showed you his earned run average. It's the lowest earned run average, minimum of 25 innings since way back 1918. That was Roy G. Sanders that had a little bit lower earned run average than Meek. So he is clearly having a tremendous year for the Pirates out of their bullpen.
27 years old, out of Bellevue, Washington.
It's a nice part of the country.
Rule 5 pick, by the way, from Tampa. The 2-0 is fouled back. Mahalam throws 104 pitches and gives way now to Meek.
Meek has got a real nice, quick slider to go along with that 95-mile-per-hour fastball.
There's a base hit. That'll snap that string of 0 for 17 against Meek. The first hit he has given up in 18 at-bats. Jackson is on. That is the tying run. Here comes Johnny Damon.
Here's where Damon has flourished at the top of the batting order. With Doman holding on Jackson. It's a huge hole on that right side of the infield. And no doubt he'll be trying to catch one of those fastballs to see if he can shoot it through that hole.
Runner goes. Here comes the throw. Out in time. Stolen base. That's number 9 for Jackson.
Jaramillo's numbers aren't bad at trying to throw out base runners, but Jackson had a really nice jump, and Meek was rather slow getting the ball to the dish. You can see Jackson take a look in to see what action's going on at home plate and slides in safely and was moving so fast. He almost slid past the bag. It's a nice shot there. He had the shoes and everything.
9 out of 10 for Jackson.
Ain't nothing like a base hit and a stolen base to put a smile on your face.
Jaramillo is out to the mound to have a chat with Evan Meek.
Well, we told you about Meek's numbers, and they're good numbers. But those numbers didn't come against American League teams. American League teams are a little deeper than some of your National League lineups. So we'll see how he pitches in a little stretch, because really he hadn't been in the stretch all that often.
Want to know on Johnny Damon.
Damon's got a job to do. Get Damon in third or scoring. One or the other. Take your choice.
Popped up foul. 1 ball and 1 strike on Damon, who has 2 hits in this game, 2 hits last night. 285 batting average. Tipped it into the glove for strike 2.
That's a wicked fastball at 96 miles an hour with that kind of late life. Wow. You can see why Meek has been good.
Meek last year with Pittsburgh appeared in 41 games out of the pen. Struck out 42 in 47 innings of work.
Meek not that tall in stature, but has a real big arm.
Bangs that one off his foot. 97 on that elevated fastball. 9 Tigers hits tonight, just 6 for the Pirates. The Pirates took the lead in the 4th inning on a home run. There was a leadoff solo shot by Garrett Jones, and so far it has held up. Tigers have had some opportunities in the interim, but they've not been able to back Bonderman with more than just the 1 run tonight. Line drive, base hit right field. Jackson coming to third. He'll stop there. Johnny Damon has his 3rd hit tonight.
Sometimes you wonder what the batteries are thinking. In this case, Meek and Jaramillo. It was evident that Damon was having a difficult time of catching up to that fastball in the mid to upper 90s, and they threw him a breaking ball at 85 miles an hour, and Damon able to get out in front of it and hit a seed right past Walker, the second baseman.
It's an even 10 hits now for Detroit, 3 for Damon. Here comes Rayburn with a chance now to give the Tigers a tie or more. Ball high. Fastball missing way up from Meek.
Here's one of those situations where if you're Ryan Rayburn, you look for one pitch in one location. You've had a chance to see several fastballs that he was throwing to Damon, so you have a pretty good idea of how quickly it's going to get to home plate. Get your pitch.
There's that 7th inning for the Tigers, where they have had a lot of run support. Their 3rd highest inning in terms of scoring runs. 37 7th inning runs. Bonderman has set down 12 straight. Inside 2-0.
And meanwhile, if you're Mahala, who started and pitched real well here tonight for Pittsburgh, you're wondering if they're going to be able to hold on to the lead. Mahala has left 3 games this year where the team was leading and they blew saves. But the flip side of that is the team won. Good fastball.
Cabrera waiting on deck. 2-1 on Rayburn. Back out of play. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Ryan. Rayburn tonight 0 for 2. Ground ball, strikeout. He's also picked up a walk.
Well, you wonder if Damon is entertaining the thought of stealing second base as Jackson did. And the only reason why I bring that up is because Cabrera's in the on-deck circle, and should he try to steal and Rayburn makes an out, it's a nice parking spot for Cabrera.
Foul away again.
And no doubt that goes into the mind of the manager in these types of situations. Jim wants to make sure Cabrera hits.
2-2 pitch is a strike called, I believe. Yep, he went around. Rayburn tried to hold up, couldn't do it. And that's a big out for Meek. His first strikeout, and now Cabrera stepping in. On base twice tonight, single and a walk. Cabrera has the go-ahead run standing at first base. Tying run is at third. Inning started with base hits by Jackson and Damon. Ooh, big rip there by Cabrera at a 97-mile-an-hour fastball. 0-1. 18 home runs, tied for the American League lead. Cabrera finds a gap here. Damon has enough speed to give the Tigers the lead.
Well, it looks like Meek, if he's going to get beat, he's going to get beat with his best pitch. That's that fastball. They want it outside.
0-2. Tigers have really had some opportunities in this game. They had runners at first and third, one out in the third, but couldn't score. Left a man out in the fourth. They had a bases loaded situation in the fifth with one out and into a double play. And here runners at first and third with one away. Meek has slowed down the pace of this one to a crawl. The 0-2. Way high. Ball is headed to the backstop, and Jaramillo now left his crouch.
Yeah, Jaramillo wanted the ball up, but he didn't want it up that high. And Leland calls those 0-2 pitches useless because as soon as it leaves the pitcher's hand, the hitter knows he's not going to swing out.
Now the 1-2. Bouncer right back to the mound. Meek will run back Jackson. And they'll apply the tag.
Meek should have got a double play right there.
Would have ended the inning.
Yeah, that's, you know, he's got to face Brennan Bosch now with runner on first and second. And he should have tried to turn two there. The ball was hit like a bullet. That's exactly what Jaramillo is trying to calm him down about. But that ball hit right back up the middle, and no doubt he should have went to second and then back to first for a double play.
So instead now the inning is still alive, and you're going to bring up Brennan Bosch here. Joe Kerrigan is out again, their pitching coach. We'll talk about this situation with two outs.
Take a look at the play. And Cabrera's not even out of the batter's box right now. He hits it, the ball's in his glove, and he's still in the batter's box. All he had to do was go to second base and then back to first base to get the double play, but he was concerned about the base runner on third. If you're the base runner on third, you're taught to do exactly what Jackson did in that situation, is to give yourself up. You want them to do that. And that's a mistake on Meek's part. Let's hope Brennan Bosch can make him pay.
So it'll be Bosch with two outs. And Meek has one more hurdle to jump here. Two more hits tonight for Bosch, both of them singles and a run scored. And his average up to 349 with 30 RBIs in his first 39 big league games. Damon and Cabrera the base runners. Bosch takes way outside. It was an offering at that, 1-0. Brennan had 2 hits last night, 2 more in this game tonight. He ever ripped straight back of the screen, 1-1.
Since Meek gave up that base hit to Johnny Damon on the 85-mile-per-hour slider, he has thrown all fastballs to Cabrera, and the first 2 pitches to Bosch, fastballs, and it's very apparent they want the ball up against Bosch. At least that's where the target was from Jaramillo on the first 2 offerings.
Now the 1-1. 1-2 on Bosch, and there it was again at 97.
It's tough to catch up to in that area. They will throw the exact same pitch here. 97 on the inner third around the letters. But it's a tough pitch to lay off of, especially now with 2 strikes.
He did lay off of that one. And the count now 2-2 on Bosch. It has been a struggle in this inning for Meek, but he's a strike away from pitching out of this jam.
The last time Jaramillo went out to talk to Meek with a runner on second base, when he came back, he didn't put down a sign at all. Let's see if he puts down a sign. And he may go through a series of signs here, but they might not mean anything because he's already told Meek what they want to do.
Two. Fouled away. Inning started with a base hit by Jackson. He stole second base. Damon's single moved him to third. With nobody out, he struck out Rayburn. He got Cabrera hitting into a force. And the Rally Caps are hoping for a 7th inning comeback here with the Tigers down by just 1. Meanwhile, Meek is about to throw his 25th pitch in this inning. And here it comes. Little chopper hits slowly toward third base. Cut off by Meek. Off balance throw. It gets away. Damon will score. Here comes Cabrera to third. They're going to try and score him. Here's a throw. He is safe at home plate.
We're going to make that our bell tire pitch by pitch. Meek, all fastballs to big Brennan Bosch after throwing all fastballs to Cabrera as well. And Meek, we told you how good he has been in the National League. He makes a real nice play. He throws off balance. Doman's still learning that first base position, can't get to it. And by the time they settle and run the ball down, 2 runs have come across the plate to score.
And now Guillen can give the Tigers an insurance run here. They're up 3-2, their first lead of the game.
That was a real good athletic play by Meek, but he just could not get the throw up enough for Doman to catch it. And great hustle by Cabrera.
Two 2-0 on Guillen.
2
Carlos has a single in 3 at-bats. More action in their bullpen. DJ Carrasco warming up. Bouncing ball foul. 2-1 on Carlos. So Bonderman, who has pitched so brilliantly over the last 4 innings, now has the lead. E3, no RBI on that play. Ground ball, foul ball. Ooh, just outside of the white line. That would have scored another. Three to 2, Tigers lead with a 2-run 7th inning. A huge error opens the door for Detroit, and they are able to take their first lead of the game. Now Bosch trying to come home with another run. Foul ground, first base side. It'll land harmlessly back into the seats.
The first breaking ball Meek has thrown in about the last 15 pitches.
Ten Tigers hits in this game, 2 errors for the Pirates. One did not lead to a run in the 5th, but this one has. In fact, it has led to 2 runs.
Did they give Bosch a hit there, though? Or a straight air?
Straight air.
Wow, they could have gave him a hit there.
31 pitches from Meek. And the inning getting longer by the minute. Here's the 2-2. Bouncing ball to first base and right at Billman. That'll end the inning, but it's a good inning for the Tigers. They got some help. They get a couple of runs here in the 7th, and they take the lead 3-2. Solo home run, 2 runs scored for the Buccos. The Tigers, 9 runners left on base in this game, so they've had plenty of opportunities. But Jeremy Bonderman who is no longer in the game, retired the last 12 batters that he faced in this game, and he will give way now to Joel Zamaya as the Tigers go to the bullpen.
A real nice rebound start for Bonderman, who 5 days ago did not pitch all that well against Kansas City, but he was tremendous today. And speaking of tremendous, take a look at Joel Zamaya's numbers.
Zamaya facing Jaramillo to lead things off in the 8th inning. The Tigers lead by 1. Bonderman has a chance to win this game if the Tigers can hold on to this 1-run lead.
And Joe Zamaya's got the best fastball on the planet. And it's 100 miles an hour usually when he throws it. Just wait. He'll get there.
Don Kelly taking over in left, so that means Rayburn's out of the game. One ball, one strike on Jason Jaramillo. The center field, Jackson is there. One gone. 13 straight retired by Tigers pitching. Jose Tabata will steps in. Bonderman goes 7, gives up 6 hits, and struck out 6.
Good movement today on the fastball, and he stayed out of the middle of the plate for the most part all night long. Slider had some nice depth to it. And Gerald Lair did a marvelous job of leading Bonderman here tonight.
Fastball runs in on Jose Tabata.
Just a couple of days ago, the Pittsburgh Pirates saw a young man that was throwing 100 miles an hour. Steven Strasburg of the Washington Nationals. But they had to look at him for 7 innings. And Strasburg struck out 14 Pirates.
Here's a 2-0. Strasburg was as advertised in his big league debut. He is scheduled to pitch again tomorrow
against the Cleveland Indians. Don't walk him. Joel's been real good in that regard this year. He's only walked 7 in the 31 innings that he's pitched.
Right to center field, a base hit. So he fell behind 3-1. He's going to try for 2, and he's going to get there. It's a double for Jose Tabata.
It just goes to show you, even a guy that, for the most part, hasn't been here that long. If you get him in a count where it's 3-1, and they've had a chance to look at that fastball, they can get to it. And we also told you he can really run.
Tying run now in scoring position for Neil Walker.
And Jackson must have been playing Tabata over in the right center field gap, because he didn't hesitate going over to get that ball, and Tabata didn't hesitate stretching that single into a double.
Here's Walker. Fouled away, 0-1. That is the 7th hit for the Pirates. The Tigers have 10 hits tonight. Detroit trailed all night long until taking the lead in the bottom of the 7th with 2 runs. Runner going to third. Got a big jump. Here comes the throw. Not in time.
That's gutsy. That is real gutsy. Left-handed batter in the batter's box, and you run from a standstill position and steal the base successfully. Gutsy. Great camera work, and that Exmo is tight.
Second steal for Tabata since being called up on Wednesday from Indianapolis, their AAA team.
Well, Joel needs a strikeout now.
Infield in for the Tigers. The 1-1. Off the plate, 2 balls, 1 strike. Walker has a walk tonight, otherwise he has fanned twice. Those 3 at-bats came against the starter Jeremy Bonderman, who left the game, retiring 12 in a row. Ground ball, base hit right field, and the Pirates have tied it up. It is a 3-3 game on the RBI hit by Walker. So it'll be a no decision tonight for Bonderman. It's his 8th RBI of the year. It's going to bring up Andrew McCutchen. McCutchen had 2 hits last night, but 0 for 3 tonight with a strikeout, a ground ball, and a fly ball. Here's the 1-0. We saw last night that McCutchen can hit a fastball because he got Verlander a couple of times at first at bat, or the second at bat I should say, doubled in a run against Verlander in the 3rd of last night's game.
He also took a 96-mile-per-hour fastball from JV above the belt buckle and hit it foul, home run distance, to the pull field. So he's got some real quick hands, and that's why Zamaya has thrown him a couple of breaking balls. His reputation precedes him, does McCutchen. Something's got to give here, though. It's a fastball count. Zamaya's got one of the best fastballs on the planet, and McCutchen's got some of the fastest hands in the National League.
More activity in the Tigers bullpen. The right-hander is Bonine. The lefty is Phil Koch. 2-1 on McCutchen. The runner just got back that time. Zamaya came into this one having thrown over 31 innings this year, which was the 5th most in the American League among relievers. They have used him quite a bit. Strike call, 2-2 on Andrew McCutchen. Tomorrow in the series finale, Jeff Karstens and Armando Galarraga. Today baseball here at Comerica Park. Galarraga will make his 2nd start after the near perfect game and his 1st at home. Two-two. Bouncing ball right side, base hit. Going to get through. Walker will stop at second base. And now the Pirates have something rolling here. 3 straight hits.
It's a nice job by McCutchen. He could see that Zamaya, even though he has the blazing fastball, he wasn't going to throw him the fastball inside. This is not a bad pitch. It's in the upper 90s. It's off the plate on the corner outside, and he just simply goes with it. Nice piece of hitting.
It's going to bring Rick Knapp out. And the Pirates now have 9 hits in this game. Tigers have 10. First and second, a run in. And they've got their number 4 hitter coming up. Their leading RBI man, Garrett Jones, who already has homered in this game.
And this inning was basically created by the leadoff hitter, Tabata. stretching that single into a double and then stealing third base with a left-hander in the batter's box. Gutsy, down by a run.
Jones takes strike one on the outer edge. Two for three, solo home run that for a while gave the Pirates the lead. It was a lead they held on to until the Tigers got a couple of runs in the seventh.
And Joel used a slide step on that first delivery to Jones. And he used the slide step on the second pitch as well. I'm sure that's what Rick Knapp told him, to be aware of the base runner on second base. Don't think about him too much, but be aware of the fact that they might try to steal third again.
Here's the 0-2. Fouled away.
This is always a very tough situation for the base runner on first base, in this case being McCutchen, because if Walker is entertaining the thought of trying to steal third, there are so many times where that base runner takes about 3 hard steps and stops. Therefore, if you're running from first, you have to make sure you keep your head up. You can't be running with your head down, or you'll run yourself into an out.
Swing and a miss, and Zamaya takes care of Jones. His first strikeout, 2 gone.
Good breaking ball here by Joel. Located beautifully at the bottom of the strike zone.
So that's going to leave it up to Ryan Domit. Domit is 1 for 3, a 2-base hit in his back pocket. He takes ball 1. Three game here in the 8th inning. Tigers and Pirates, game 2 in the series. The 1-0 is on the ground, foul. 1 ball, 1 strike on Domit. Now the 1-1. 2 balls and 1 strike. For Zamaya now. He has thrown 24 pitches. Got a quick out on the fly ball by Jaramillo, but the double by Tabata. Single by Walker scored, and base hit by McCutchen. Breaking ball stays away. 3 balls, 1 strike on Ryan Domit. Waiting on deck, Church. The 3-1 pitch. Bouncing ball to second base. Carlos has it there, and the inning over. But the Pirates tie it up with an RBI hit from Walker. It's now 3-3.
that you can't make on StubHub, the official fan-to-fan ticket marketplace of the Detroit Tigers. Go to StubHub.com and choose your seats today. I'm sure some of them folks might have went to StubHub and got their seats.
Wouldn't be surprised.
Somebody's getting married.
Big crowd here tonight. Better than 34,000 folks. We have a new pitcher now. Joel Hanrahan is on.
Hanrahan's got a good arm. I see the earned run average at 5.26, but take a look at the strikeouts. 41 in 25 2/3. He's got a big arm, and he's got a wipeout slider. That's what they call it. He's got a quick slider.
Brandon Inge leads it off. Laird and Worth are due to follow here in a 3-3 game as we play in the bottom of the 8th. Here's the 1-0 to Brandon. Inge has a single, a walk, and a ground out in this game. 8-game hitting streak.
Well, you wonder if Brandon's entertaining the thought of taking one. Need a base runner.
Bouncing ball back up the middle. Cedeno ranging left. 1 away. Howdy Crosby is the new first baseman. He takes over for Domick. He's going to bring up Gerald Laird.
Bobby Crosby, former Rookie of the Year with the Oakland Athletics. New lease on life in the National League.
Laird 0 for 2, sac fly, which drove in a run back in the second. Ball 1. Hanrahan came over in that deal that involved Niger Morgan with the Washington Nationals. Came over along with Lastings Millage. Fouled back out of play. 1 ball, 1 strike. Hanrahan pitched with Washington in 07, 08, part of 09 before being dealt to Pittsburgh. Out of Des Moines, Iowa.
He was one of their better relievers as well last year after he came over from the Nationals.
Sliced down the right field line, base hit. Gerald Laird has a 1-out single. Go-ahead run is on. Well, voting is ongoing for the 2010 All-Star Game in Anaheim. Help send your favorite Tigers to this year's Midsummer Classic by voting up to 25 times at Tigers.com. Vote early, vote often, vote today at Tigers.com. Here comes Danny Worth. A double in 3 at-bats, batting .281 this year. Strike 1 on Worth.
And they are bunching Worth to right field, and rightfully so. And with the fastball that Hanrahan has, if Worth was able to hit one up in that direction, he could run forever. And no doubt Laird would score, but they don't think he can get around on the fastball or the slider that Hanrahan is featuring.
Runner goes, and it's fouled away. 0-2. Laird heads back to first base.
Apparently you can run on these late inning relievers of the Pittsburgh Pirates. Stolen base while Meek was out there. And by the way, Meek threw 32 pitches. More than likely he will not be available tomorrow. But a lot of times when you got these big arms late in games, they don't shut down the running game very well.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Nor do they need to on a lot of occasions, because they can strike you out. But you also watched Tabata steal a base as well.
Tried to check it, but he went. And Worth is out of there on strikes. 2 outs. First strikeout for Hanrahan. Going to break up Austin Jackson. Jackson had a big single and a steal and a run scored in the 7th. Tigers taking the lead in the 7th, but the Pirates came back with one in the 8th. Jackson now at 305. Ball 1. Hanrahan threw almost 1,000 innings in the minor leagues. 980 to be exact. Didn't get his first big league chance until 07. He got into pro ball in 2000. That's fouled off, and that really bit Jaramillo, the catcher. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Whew, that hurt.
Jaramillo's still down.
Oh, it hurt. That got him in a bad spot.
Anybody can come and check on him? There we go.
I don't know if there's a whole lot you can really do, but they'll check on him.
Hanrahan coming on here in the 8th, gave up a 1-out single to Laird, but then he struck out Worth, and now Jaramillo trying to catch his breath.
Hey fans, as soon as the game ends, our coverage continues with Tigers Live. You'll hear from the manager Jim Leland and the players, plus we'll break down the game and show you all the highlights. Tigers Live from the Call Sam's studios immediately after the game here on Fox Sports Detroit. Trevor Thompson in the studios tonight.
Well, Jaramillo is back on his feet. That's a good sign.
He's still in some pain.
Yeah, that didn't look good there.
Ugh.
He tried to crouch down, but it just wasn't happening.
Well, I don't know how many catchers they have on their roster, but Domit has already been taken out of this game, and he's a catcher on their roster.
So it's 1-1 on Jackson.
So Jaramillo might have to gut it out here tonight, literally.
Jackson cuts and misses 1-2.
Gerald Laird was running on that last delivery. At least he was trying to get a jump, but he prematurely took off, and he had to stop. But G Money, he feels Jaramillo's pain, but that doesn't mean he won't run on him though.
One, two, runner goes, pitch out. Jaramillo's throw, sails, tag, got it. So Jaramillo, through the pain, is able to throw out Laird on the pitch out. And that is that for Detroit. Let's go to the 9th. 3-3. take over here in the ninth.
Well, not a safe situation, but Jim is treating it like one by having his closer in the game. And why wouldn't you? With these numbers that Valverde has posted this year, .36 earned run average, opponent's batting average 111, 95 to 98 with his fastball, and an unhittable split-fingered fastball that Valverde features.
So here come the Pirates in a 3-3 game. Ryan Church will lead it off. Against Valverde, it'll be Church, LaRoche, and Cedeno. 6, 7, 8 in John Russell's lineup tonight. Church had an RBI double early. That knocked in a run back in the second. And he takes the first pitch low and away, 1-0. 20 hits in this game, 11 for the Tigers and 9 for Pittsburgh. Here's the 1-0.
Church has spent the majority of his time in the National League, as has Valverde, but this is their first ever meeting.
It's kind of hard to believe.
Yeah.
Church has been with Montreal, Washington, New York, Atlanta. First time he's faced him. Rolls this one foul. 1-2 on Church. Church came into this one 1 for his last 22, and then he promptly doubled in a run in the second. He's 1 for 3 tonight. His only hit in the series for the Pirates. Valverde just missed the inside corner. 2-2 on Ryan Church.
And Valverde's got a couple of different split-fingered fastballs. One he throws that kind of fades away from the left-handers. Then he has one that kind of goes straight down. This might be the one straight down for the strikeout.
Down he goes. First strikeout for Valverde. There's 12 total strikeouts for both sides here tonight.
And the way that he gets the ball to move and act the way that it does is simply by positioning his index finger on the baseball. It's amazing what some of these guys can do with the baseball and some of the movement and action they get in the strike zone.
Here's Andy LaRoche. He's 1 for 3. Infield hit. Tigers, when we get to the bottom of the ninth inning, will have the top of their lineup. Austin Jackson will be leading it off. And it's Valverde's job to make sure it stays a 3-3 game. One ball, one strike on LaRoche. Ooh, he chased one there, up and in. 1-2. Valverde at 96 miles an hour. It's been quite a year for Jose.
Valverde holds right-handed batters to a 132 batting average. Left-handers are hitting under 100 this year against Valverde.
The 1-2. A 0.36 ERA for Valverde, the best of all American League relievers. 12 saves. Hasn't had too many save opportunities recently.
He hasn't.
Jim Leland's had to pitch him though. He's 21 saves shy of 200 for his career. The 2-2. 3-2. Tigers bullpen ERA coming into this one tonight under 3 now, 2.96. That has been a strength this entire first half. Swing and a miss. Down he goes. LaRoche is out of there. A couple of strikeouts for Valverde.
Valverde's cold-blooded. Oh. Lethal. Has not given up a run in his last 24 outings. Not a one.
Swing and a miss.
I don't think I've seen anybody hit that pitch all year. At least not good.
Cedeno couldn't. Ronnie is 1 for 3 in this game. Had a bunt single his first time up. Swing and a miss again. 0-2.
He can throw anything up there about right now. And Cedeno will swing at it.
Here comes the crowd again now with 2 strikes on Cedeno. He got him strike 3. Valverde dances off the mound by striking out the side. A 1-2-3 9. We go to the bottom of the 9th inning. Through June 20th, you can vote for one of them by going to peopleallstars.com. The Tigers winner will be honored at the All-Star Game in Anaheim, July 13th, seen only on Fox. And here come the Tigers now as we head to the bottom of the 9th inning with the top of the order. It'll be Jackson, Damon, and Kelly due up.
Jackson had a nice look at Hanrahan in the bottom half of the 8th inning. He had 2 strikes on him when Laird was thrown out by Jaramillo, trying to steal second.
Jackson 1 for 4, singles, stole a base in his last at bat, and he looks at a ball. 1-1. Hanrahan came on to the 8th, and now again here in the 9th. Strike call, 1-2.
That's that wipeout slider that they say Hanrahan has. Mid-90s fastball, but a real nice slide piece to go with it. We're going to go right back to it. Ooh, that's wicked.
2-2. Hanrahan followed Meek, who followed the starter Mahalam tonight. Right back off the glove of Hanrahan. Quick throw, safe. Jackson is aboard, and that's the winning run.
The funny thing about that play, had Hanrahan not kicked it, Walker, the second baseman, makes the play. He kicked it, and he kicked the ball almost in the foul territory, and then he shuffles it. But he didn't shuffle it very firmly. And Crosby couldn't climb the ladder to catch it.
So the winning run is on. That is the 12th Tigers hit and the second of the game for Jackson.
Jackson could steal a base here if he chose to do so. Hanrahan not very quick at getting the ball to home plate.
Johnny
at
Dayton,
all.
3 singles with his last 3 at-bats. Jackson swiped the bag on the 7th. He now has 9 and 10 tries this year.
When he stole that base, Meek was on the mound.
Strike called on Damon. Gene Lamont running through the signs, third base side. Damon gives a look. Jackson gives a look.
Be careful. They might pitch out again.
Leonard Lutz and a swing and a fly ball to left. Tabata started back. And now he comes in to make the play, and retreating is Jackson. One out. That's going to bring up Don Kelly. Kelly's first at bat after taking over defensively for Ryan Rayburn. The Pittsburgh area native now will step in against his former team and the team that he grew up watching.
Jackson really needs to be careful. If he does have the steal sign, you have to make sure you pick a good pitch to run on, and you have to somehow pick up the pitch out if they do pitch out.
There he goes. It's a pitch out. Here comes a throw. He's in there. He stole it on a pitch out.
You knew it was coming. Jackson with a great jump.
Second steal tonight for Austin, and that's his 10th of the year.
Real good jump. He didn't even look in to see what was going on that time. That's fast.
Jackson on base twice in his last 2 at-bats and steals in his last 2 attempts, and now the winning run in scoring position. Kelly will try and end the game.
They got good arms in their outfield. They can throw. They got 17 assists as a team in their outfield, which leads the major leagues.
2-0 on Don Kelly. There's your winning run standing at second. There's a ball that missed outside. 3-0. Cabrera lurking. Pitch. Slow ball 4. And now the Tigers have 2 aboard.
And they got nowhere to put the big fella. One of the best hitters in the American League. And they're forced into pitching to him in this situation.
Joe Kerrigan coming out again. With Cabrera due up, runners at first and second, one out. Tigers trying to win this game in the bottom of the ninth inning.
Joe Carrigan will have to ice his hamstrings after this one. He's made a lot of trips out to that mound today. About 5 of them. Still got a lot of pep in his step, though.
So here comes Cabrera with runners at first and second. One for 3. Cabrera had a single back in the third, and he also has a walk. David getting restless here with Hanrahan.
Hanrahan, he's paying some attention to Jackson, but really up the middle. They're not. So Walker, once he sets, he's going to move way off to his second base position.
Swing and a miss. 0-1 on Cabrera. He's had 2 at-bats against Hanrahan. He has 2 hits. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss again. 0-2 on Miguel Cabrera.
Don't usually see Cabrera antsy in these situations, but you also have to give some credit to Hanrahan. Well, that slider he's throwing to Cabrera is a real good slider.
In the air, center field. McCutchen goes back to make the catch. Jackson tagging up and moving to third base. Hit it hard, hit it deep, not deep enough, 2 gone.
Well, I'm glad Kelly stayed at first base, but they still may be better off not pitching to Brennan Bosch right here. But had Kelly tagged up and went to second, then that base would have been open. And they might have pitched around Bosch.
Bosch 2 more hits tonight, 2 for 4.
He should have 3. He could have been given a hit that last time he was up.
Winning run just 90 feet away. That's the speedy Jackson. Ball 1.
Here's where if you're Hanrahan, and you got that real good slide piece, you might be a little reluctant in throwing it because you don't want a wild pitch here, which means Bosch should get something decent to hit.
Bouncing ball foul. Kelly was on the move from first base. 1 ball, 1 strike. Carlos Guillen is on deck. Tigers trying to win it here in the bottom of the 9th. Here's the 1-1. Outside. 2 balls, 1 strike. Kelly will take second. It leaves first base unoccupied. It takes the force out of order. The 2-1. Popped him up, but this one will head back to the seats and out of play.
Got a breaking ball that was hanging there on the 2-1 pitch. And Bosch almost got to it.
Two and 2 on Brennan Bosch. Tigers trying to make it 2 straight over the Pirates. Paul still has some pep in his step tonight. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Bosch is down, and so are the Tigers here in the 9th.
What a block by Jaramillo.
Well, let's go to the 10th. 3-3. Will come out of the Tigers bullpen.
Well, battle of the bullpens, and both of these teams got some really good bullpens, at least the back end of the bullpens. 30th game now for Coke. 3-0 with a real nice earned run average, 10 walks against 20 strikeouts. League hitting .263 against Phil.
Well, Valverde was really impressive in the 9th inning. He struck out the side. He will give way now to Coke. And Jason Jaramillo will lead things off. He'll be followed by Jose Tabata and then Neil Walker. 9-1-2 in the lineup for the Pirates. 3 runs, 12 hits for Detroit. 3 runs, 9 hits for Pittsburgh. Phil Coke ready to go to work. Jaramillo tonight is 0 for 3. Now he's headed back to the bench. Different helmet.
Had the wrong one on, yeah. Need that ear flap.
Now Coke is ready. Pirates got a run in the 8th inning to tie it up 3-3. It's been tied since. First pitch is a ball to Jason Jaramillo.
A win here tonight by the Tigers would be nice. The Atlanta Braves have beaten the Minnesota Twins tonight. Tigers could gain a game on the Minnesota Twins.
2 balls, no strikes in Jaramillo. Tough to find those opportunities when Minnesota finally loses.
Yeah, they don't lose at home either. So much for wondering how they would play outdoors.
Try to hold up, couldn't do it. 2-1. Twins were 21-10 at home.
Yankees only team better at home.
Now the 2-1. Bouncing ball right side. Routine for Guillen. Tiger Penn now is retired 6 straight. Here's Jose Tabata. Boy, was Tabata big in that 8th inning. He led off with a hustle double, stole third base, scored in the single by Walker. That came with 1 out. It came against Joel Samaya.
Well, you knew he had to be special. And for John Russell to take McCutchen out of that leadoff spot and put Tabata there.
Tabata can really run. He stole some bases. In fact, 25 down in the minor leagues before his call up, and that ranked 1st in the International League. He has 2 more at this level. One and one. Swing and a miss. 1 and 2 on Tabata. Tabata coming over in that Xavier Nady deal. He went over to the Yankees. He was hitting .308 in the minor leagues prior to his call up. Their 2nd best prospect.
Yankees deal away some prospects, don't they?
Oh, they sure do. They are into getting veterans on their team, and they dip down to the minor leagues regularly.
We got a couple of prospects right now we're looking at, Koch and also Jackson. They come from the Yankees.
Now the 2-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes on Tabata.
But it doesn't seem to slow them down. They still win lots of games. And they won the World Series last year.
They have the ability to replenish via their payroll.
It's a real nice luxury to have.
Here's the 3-2 pitch. Checked it. Ball 4, and Tabata is aboard. 1 out base runner. If you're wondering about extra innings this year, the Pirates are 3-1 in extra innings. The Tigers have played just twice, and they are 1-1.
We'll get a chance to see just how good a base runner Tabata is if he tries to steal this base, and with the left-hander on the mound, and the way that Gerald Laird can throw. We'll see.
Walker's been on base twice. RBI single back in the 8th, tied it up. And he shows bunt. Strike called. 0-1. Same 2 teams tomorrow. It's day baseball here at the ballpark, and Galarraga faces Karstens. Then an off day on Monday before the Nationals come a-calling.
An off day at home? An entire off day at home? No travel?
No. Believe it or not.
Wow.
Stunning, I know. It's going to be very useful, that's for sure. The 0-1. Laird able to smother it. Phil Koch following Valverde, who followed Zamaya. Good outing tonight for Jeremy Bonderman, who set down the final 12 that he faced and actually had a chance to win this game until Pittsburgh got a run in the 8th to tie it up. High fly ball left field. Don Kelly coming in. 2 gone. Going to bring up Andrew McCutchen. One for 4 tonight for McCutchen, batting .305. What a rookie season he had last year. Finished, in fact, 4th in the Rookie of the Year voting. Knocked in 54, hit 12 homers. Got the go-ahead run standing at first base right now, the speedy Tabata. McCutchen takes outside.
I'd be shocked here now if Tabata ran, because I know they'd walk McCutchen to get to the left-hander.
Outside again. 2 balls, no strikes on Andrew McCutchen. One of the really good young players over in the National League. And here comes Jim Leland now making a trip out to the mound.
Well, Jim doesn't want him to worry too much about Tabata, because he knows exactly what I think. I don't know for sure. But if Tabata stole second base, why would you pitch to McCutchen?
Jim has delivered the message.
Oh, Jim looks good in his Detroit Stars uni here tonight.
He was kind of made for that uni, I think.
Old school.
Yeah. Well, it's 2-0 on McCutchen. Three balls and no strikes. Garrett Jones waiting on deck.
Looks like they're not giving McCutchen a whole lot to hit, regardless of whether Tabata runs or not.
And he's taken all the way. It's a strike call. 3-1.
Talking to McCutchen on the field today, and he says he uses a 34-inch, 32.5-ounce bat.
Hammers this one to the air to right field. Bosch going back to the wall to make the catch. Hit it hard, but not deep enough. And that's all for the Pirates. To the bottom of the 10th we go.
On Fox Sports Detroit and Fox Sports Detroit HD.
Jeff Karstens and Armando Galarraga will hook up tomorrow. 1 o'clock start.
The final game in Negro League weekend here at Comerica Park. A wonderful weekend the Tigers put on every single year.
There's Galarraga. He'll get the call tomorrow. Meanwhile, Brendan Donnelly is on now for Pittsburgh.
21st game Donnelly has been in. He's got an elevated earned run average. It's over 5.5. But the opponent's batting average is .234 against Brendan.
Donnelly had some dominant seasons with the Angels. His best years were with the Angels in the early 2000s.
He was part of that bullpen with Percival, Shields, and of course you mentioned Donnelly.
So here's Carlos Guillen to lead it off. 3-3 in the bottom of the 10th inning. It'll be Guillen in Laird against Donnelly. First pitch low, 1-0. 12 hits tonight for Detroit, 9 for the Pirates. Pirates are trying to snap a 6-game losing streak. Carlos 1 out of 4 tonight, had a single way back in the second.
If Carlos gets the fastball down and in, he can end this bad boy by himself.
Way high, 2 balls, no strikes.
That's his happy zone. As a matter of fact, a couple of years ago, Lou Whitaker really talked to Carlos Guillen about how to get to that fastball down and in. And as a result of that, Carlos can really drop the bat head on fastballs in predictable fastball counts.
Driven in the air, right field, did he get it out? Yes, it's gone! Carlos with a solo home run here in the 10th. And that is a Tigers winner.
Oh, no, you didn't.
Fourth career walk-off.
Oh, brother.
Carlos is smart. He took his helmet off. A 2-0 pitch. Driven over the wall in right field. Guillen's 4th home run of the season. His 4th career walk-off. And the Tigers win. And a crowd tonight of more than 34,000 fans watches a walk-off winner.
Well, thank you, Lou Whitaker.
th RBI of the season for Carlos Guillen. The party starts at home plate. Nice win tonight for the Tigers. Walk-off fashion. The 13th hit of the game tonight for the Tigers is a game winner. And they have taken the first 2 games in this series. And the crowd will go home happy tonight with an extra inning victory. All right, now let's go down to the field where Ryan Field is standing by with a hero tonight. Ryan.
Mario, thanks. Carlos, everybody dreams of being in that situation. Tell us what was going through your mind as you stepped to the plate here in the 10th inning.
Well, I was trying to stay sharp and quick, trying to look for good pitch to hit and stay aggressive.
There was a situation earlier in the game where, with the bases loaded, you grounded into the double play, a key scoring situation gone awry. How much were you looking forward to making amends to that here as the game went on?
Well, that's part of the game. We got to play hard 9 innings, grind out every at bat. Fortunately, we win that way.
In a season where lately the runs have been tough to come by for you guys, how big of a win is this for your club as you make it 2 straight on this key 9-game home series?
Well, it's a long season. It's up and down during the season. We just got to stay, focused. Playing a hard 9 innings every day. Play hard, man.
We've seen some injuries this season with celebrations at home plate. Did they take it easy on you in this game today?
Yeah, I have to take it easy. We got to keep everybody healthy.
All right, Carlos, thanks. Congratulations on the home run.
Thank you.
All right, Mario, Carlos Guillen, the hero tonight as the Tigers get the victory 4-3 and are now a whopping 31-6 going back to 2006 at home here in interleague play. We'll send it back to you upstairs.
Nice. Tigers a winner tonight. Back with more from Comerica Park.